Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Couch Talk. I'm your host, Uncle AK. I'm here in the studio with Lula Day, um, damn, Nadine. I forgot that for a quick sec, and Aubrey. Welcome, ladies.
Unforgettable.
Oh my God, like I'll get that though. My bad, I'll get that. And just the purpose of this conversation. I know I didn't say it for the first two videos, but Ethiopian,
Ethiopian, yes.
Cameroonian, and Jamaican.
Nice.
Well, there you go. Please, nobody come at me saying there's no diversity because a lot of
Yes,
diversity in
every
this,
flavor.
this show. But
My husband's Jamaican.
let's just dive into it. What I mean, on this, this take, we're going to talk about body count,
Right.
and we're going to talk about being celibate or not. Whichever floats whoever's boat. But anyways, let's talk about body count. Does body count matter when it comes to dating? When it comes to marriage? When it comes to man, woman? Does body count matter?
Past or
many
present?
Okay. All right.
What do you
So
mean by past or
it's
present?
a two-way thing for me, right?
Okay.
If it's in a situation where like you've been with almost everybody, like let's just say we came from the same town and you've been with almost every girl in my town, please, it does matter. It's just like me, I'm dating a public toilet. Everybody, like,
Wow, I've never heard that one before.
like everybody shits inside. Everybody has been there. So to me, that's no, that's a no for me. Like that, but to an extent, body counts do not matter. I'm gonna say it's a two-way thing for me because look at this. If a man has been in a relationship for 6 years with a particular woman, right, and he has been sleeping with that woman for 6 years, they have had uncountable sexual moments. This and if this man is going to another relationship, the woman won't look at it like, oh, my man has so much body count because he was just with one woman for the 6 years. But if he was in separate relationships for that 6 years, people now begin to look at the body counts like it's like so much. Like if you say I've been in 3 relationships for 6 years, someone will be like, so you slept with all these 3 men? Then if you were with one man for 6 years, you've still slept with that one person a million times. So I feel like it's just how people perceive it. But at the end of the day, if someone loves you and treats you right, why should the number of times they've had sex been a problem? I don't think it's the number of times. For me, I think it's the number of people, like the number of people. And
That's
to
what
me,
you mean
it shouldn't.
by body count, right? The number
It
of
shouldn't be a number
people.
of people. But to me, even people that I don't know, yes, if I don't know them and you love me and you treat me right and you don't cheat on me, I don't have a problem. But if I know them,
So wait, hold on, time out,
So
time
we'd
out.
rather
Hold on, wait,
just
time
not.
out.
That one thing you just did. What was that?
God forbid.
Okay.
So wait, hold on. You said if you know them. So
Yeah.
is it one person? Is it two people, three people, four people? Like how many people are we talking about here?
Two and above.
Oh Jesus.
Two and above. Two and above. I mean, one person.
If you know
just-
two and above of his partners.
Yes.
So is it better just for you not to know?
Yes, it's
period?
better for
Okay.
me not to know.
Go and get
But
married
I
in
wanna
China,
know.
please.
It's better for me not to know.
No.
Go and get
No,
married
no,
in China.
listen.
No. She's not saying. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Ye-
She's not saying two or more people is too much. She's saying let me
Me
not
not
know
know
that.
two or
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That go and marry in China because if it is DMV, I promise you.
Oh hell no! I'm okay. First of all, I won't go there. But sorry, I'm not gonna date someone that I know that or like I'm close to the people that he has been with before. Like this. Imagine, okay, we're three of us friends sitting on a table, and the three of us know how this man's penis looks like. Jesus Christ, I can't stand it. Sorry, I can't.
But then again, let me play.
I can't.
Let me ask you this, right?
Yes.
Being that you're the main chick at that given point in time, main and only, one and only, not necessarily one and only.
Thank you for
correction.
correcting yourself.
One and only, right? One and only.
Yeah, this.
Does it matter? Does it matter if they've known the guy like his dick, whatever, in the past? Does it matter? I mean, you the one in charge then. What if it was like 10 years ago?
Okay. It doesn't. Okay, look at this. If I'm a woman that's been keeping myself, and the men around you don't know how my legs look like, why don't I deserve a man that other women around me don't know how his legs look like? If I carry myself to certain standards, I need a man to that carry himself to that way. I mean, like it's just like you telling me that you take pepper and plant it between tomatoes. You can't do that.
Where,
Like,
where are you getting this thing from?
you can't do that. We need to separate these things, please.
Yeah.
We need to.
What if, you know what? Never mind. Version of this, I would say I'm being biased.
No.
I did not moderate the man's take the way I'm moderating the female's take. So please, what's your own take to this?
I'm glad you said that, though. I'm glad you said that you're being biased and you did not moderate the men's take as you are moderating
I was part of the
women's.
men's take.
Okay.
Right, because
So
you're
you
a
need to
man,
find
so you can relate to other men.
Yeah. So this is the thing with that. I mean, better. Okay. So I'm gonna deal with the now and present. The man that I'm in a relationship right now in front of me, I want to make sure we are both clean and don't have STDs or other diseases. One, I want to know that right now I am the only one he is physical with and will be
Yes.
physical with. Two, and if he was a previous, very multiple partners, promiscuous person, I think there are better things left in the past, and if it is in the past, let it stay in the past.
Yes.
That's what I'll say about that. That's what I'll say about that. That's what I'll say about that.
'Cause,
Just now, let it just be me. Let him have been going through his detox to prepare himself for me,
Yeah.
as I have been saving the best of me for him.
Right.
And let the past be the past. But let's make sure it's in the past. Not just the partners, but the behaviors that led to the multiple partners. And just move forward. And let's hope that I'm not dating someone I'm close to had sex with before.
That's the problem
you know?
for me.
But that's why my boo is from another country. So.
Because honestly, I believe love doesn't come with body counts or whatsoever. When someone loves you, and if they're genuine, that's a good thing. But I don't want to know the other people that
And
you've
make
been
sure
with.
he's treating you
Please,
right, like you
in
said,
fact,
yeah.
even if you've been with them and I know them, please don't
tell me. That's the
don't
thing.
tell
Let
me.
not know.
Don't tell me because you're just
Let me
going to
not know.
traumatize me. I
But
don't
what
want
if you
to
find
know.
out later, though, from her or from him? What if it come out someone that's in your circle? You
Yeah.
would not want to know up front? I would. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I don't know.
I would. In my close circumference, I would definitely want to know.
But honestly, we all know there's certain things about our partners that we just won't know.
And that's better that way, though.
Yes, it's better
I
that
want
way.
to know what is current and
Like,
what we're going to
I'm
do in the
with you now.
future.
Can we
Yeah.
focus on us?
Exactly.
Like, can we just throw the X
Exactly.
in the X zone?
The X and the
Oh,
X
what?
zone.
Yeah, let
Yes.
the X stay in the X
Yes.
zone.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I think,
Yeah.
we women,
We stress too much about X. Like,
No, we do
Wait,
too
what
much
X are we talking
sometimes.
about?
We
Like
just
the
do
letter
too
X
much.
or the X, the ovaries? Like which X are we talking about?
the X that even in maths have been looking for. It's
You
X.
know what? Okay, what's your take on this, please? Because you are confused with X. I'm not solving math here.
I think that body count does matter, because, men like to, really place women in categories based on, the amount of people that she's had sex with. They like to put women on a certain pedestal based off of what they feel her value may or may not be, based off of those numbers, or based off of that, that single factor. So I think it should also, even though it's not equal, you know what I mean? I just feel like in this day and age, it is just not equal for, a man and a woman, for the body count to just be equal, because a man, again, can have sex with multiple women, you know what I mean,
They
and
won't crucify him for it.
exactly, they won't
big him
really
up for
judge
it.
him.
Yeah.
They won't really hold him to the same regard as a woman. That's why I like to call men exactly what they call women in the same situation. Like, men like to call women whores
I'm
and
telling
sluts
you.
and all that. I call them whores and sluts too, if that's the type of lifestyle that they live. So I just think it's fair to kind of hold men in the same regard. Like, if you want to say that, I don't have a certain value, or if you want to lower my worth based on the amount of men that I've had sex with, then I'm going to use the same terminology, the same language, and I'm going to use the same concept for you. So I don't want to be with a man who, in turn has been with like multiple women, because again, it's like, I don't feel like I'm getting anything special. If you don't feel like you're getting anything special from me, I don't feel like you're giving me anything special either. And if I do know the women, then it's a big turn off, because for me it's just like, the same thing you said. It's like, I don't want to be able to be in the same room with another woman that I know that you've had sex with, or that, we in hindsight, we can kind of say like, oh, I had sex with him, or she had sex with him, or she had sex with him. I already had that.
Just
or,
imagine that girl.
That's just Jesus. That's just a little. To me, it's just uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And so for a man to, to think that it's okay for him to participate in that type of activity, and for a woman not to be able to participate in that kind of activity, the double standard for me, I'm not really. I don't know. It's just.
All I'm just gonna say is people should stop placing people's value depending on their body counts. The fact that maybe this person has slept with 10 people in the past, it doesn't mean that they're going to keep sleeping with numerous people. It might have happened, yes, but that's why you said let the past stay in the past. Let's just focus on
me
this.
asking the question is not about that it's going to happen again. It's just more of like, okay, we are getting to know each other. Let's say, for example, we talking, right? We get to know each other. And I want to go off, I want to go down the road and just say, women, I'll just do 50-50, just for personal, 50-50. Men ask women what the body counts are, and women ask men what the body counts are. I don't know what the fuck for, but anyways.
To me, people
Whatever.
shouldn't even stress
think
about
people are
that,
even
because
honest when they answer?
I could lie to you.
Oh, women
How are
don't.
you going to know?
And men are?
Yes.
And men are?
We said what?
Yes.
Women aren't honest. I said,
Like,
No, I'm saying
I'm
you
just playing.
said
I'm just playing. Don't bite me now. Please, I'm just playing.
women
But-
aren't honest.
But that's what I'm
Man,
saying.
that's crazy to me.
You
because-
can't
Are
stress
men
it to
honest
me,
when you
right?
ask them that, though? Are they going to say you?
Well, then we can
You
just
know,
say
I guess-
no one is honest then, because if you think that women are being modest about the answer
Nobody
that they're
is.
giving you,
Nobody is.
Because
But I think-
obviously, the
Nobody is.
average man by the age of 25, most of them have already slept with more than 15 women. But
Don't
they
that
won't
fire you.
accept.
That's
It's
not
the
true.
truth.
It's not.
It's the
When I
truth.
was 15.
It's the
You said
truth.
25?
What's even 15?
Wait, you said 25?
No,
You
see,
said
let me
25?
tell you.
When I was 25, I didn't even have 15 women.
Oh, really?
Promise you.
Maybe
You
you're
would have loved to, though.
No,
right?
but you maybe
Huh?
would have
You
loved
would've
to.
loved to.
Maybe you wish you
That was
did.
the goal?
It wasn't a thought in my head, but I'm just saying, no.
Which head?
This one.
Honestly, that's the truth. Majority of guys now by 25, they've not been with less than 15 women. A lot of them. In a room of 10, maybe just one, and maybe that
Yeah,
one,
brothers.
maybe that one will have to cut him into half.
Hey, Jesus. This happens.
Because
Why you always cutting things, man? Why you always cutting things?
I'm telling you, it's the
If
truth.
I was your boyfriend, I'd be very skeptical, man. I would still one eye open like, oh no, come on, cut my shaft, man. Like,
but no, I just think because for men, it's like, you
It's a
want
norm.
to grow the number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For men, it's like, it's a
double
notch
standard.
in the
Yeah.
belt. For men, it's an accomplishment. For men, it's a trophy.
But if a woman tells you, I've been with 5 men, be like, catch your bread, brother.
Yeah.
Keep catching.
see, me, I don't ask any I don't ask questions like this. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if they want to be like, I've been, shut up. Who asked you? Did I ask you the question? No. Then please don't say what you don't. I didn't ask for such information.
But you
Yeah.
know what? I just feel like, I hear a lot of men when they say stuff like, a woman has like a high body count, like it means that they're like used up, or you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
means that they're ran through, or you know what I mean? It
Let me
means
get the
that
Carfax.
they're just,
Let me get the Carfax.
exactly that thing that you guys said is like, when you compare a woman, that is so disgusting to me. For a man to compare a woman to a car,
I'm telling you.
like the man that said he already test drove the luxury car. That to me,
Do
that
you
was
know
just
my
so
problem?
disrespectful.
My
Because
problem-
if the woman even knew that he was talking about her specifically,
I
like
know.
even if she was watching that episode and she said, "Well, I know I'm the only woman in his life right now," even for him to consider her a luxury car, that is
Versus-
a prized possession. First of all, that is a
Prius.
material possession. You know what I mean? That's another thing that I have about men feeling like they can equate women to their property.
I'm
You know what I
telling
mean?
you.
It's just disgusting to me because for one, one, you know what I mean? Men think they own you. It's pissing me off because I had this conversation with someone via Facebook because it was just like a little random post someone shared about men want to be in a relationship with a loyal woman while they're cheating. You know what I mean? Or a cheating man wants to be in a relationship with a loyal woman. It's like you feel like you have to go through all these women and feel like you admire or desire the potential to want to be with someone. Not the actual woman, but you feel like you got to put a woman through all this shit and you got to see if the sex is good. You got to see how long the sex is good for. You got to see if you can wear her. You know what I'm saying? You got to see if you can wear her out for a certain amount of years before you feel like her hole is not good enough for you anymore. You feel like, you know what I'm saying? You want to see if she can be faithful and loyal to you while you're sleeping around with other people. But to just consider a woman a luxury car, like out of all the things that you can compare a woman to, you want to compare her to a car because you're driving it, because you're riding it. You know what I mean? That's crazy that's just crazy to me. Like,
to me, it's just ignorance.
Which one was
because
the one
the
talking
same
like
man,
that?
the one who was very spiritual and the one who was very in
Which one
tune
is
with his
that?
emotions, girl.
Which one? I cannot wait until
Do you know what pisses me off is the
Girl.
fact that pisses
man.
me off is the fact that these men want to run mileages, but they don't want it to go up.
Ah,
Yes. Yeah, because
bars.
yes, they want to run my, but they don't want it to go up. Because you guys want to be on somebody's child day in day out, but you want the man to stay low. Are you mad?
Exactly, that's crazy to me. Just, oh my God, crazy.
It's just
like, do you think,
ignorance.
like, once you get it, if you're not satisfied with it, you don't think that someone else is gonna get it? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or you want someone to sit and wait for you to figure out if that's exactly what you want after you've taken the value out of the thing that you feel like you can place value on? You're crazy. You know what I mean? Like, men have all these standards. Men have all these unspoken rules about relationships. Men have all these things that they want to, like all these labels and categories that they want to place women in when it comes to sex and when it ultimately benefits them. You know what I mean? It's like, for a man to think that his little penis is just stretching out a vagina that much that when another man gets it, it's no value there, that they can't make use of it. Like, are you serious to me? Like, that is really crazy.
Are you breathing over there?
I'm just saying, like,
But to be very honest,
crazy
and the
to
funny
me.
thing is, most of the ones who are always running their mouth are the ones with a peanut, though. Because the real men will know their job and know how to do the shit. They always keep their mouth shut.
But it was one in the same conversation. But what is that tagline that you guys had on the video?
Trust
It
me.
said, "I don't meet freaks, I make them." Like, to me, that is very disgusting. For you to even take the innocence from a woman in that way, and to really just make it as if like you're creating that demon. You know what I'm saying? For you to really just like. I can't even find the words to describe it. You know what I mean? Like, to say that,
It's demoralizing, right? How did it make you feel to watch
exactly,
that?
it's
How did it make you?
demoralizing.
Did you feel loved? Did you feel
No,
loved?
because
did you
you're
feel
taking
appreciated by this black man?
No, because you're taking
you
the
feel
emotion.
disrespected?
Exactly.
Yes.
You feel used.
disrespected.
You feel disrespected. You feel unappreciated. You feel taken advantage of because this woman, in the same instance, is thinking that she can be vulnerable, that she can be emotional, that she can open up
Giving
to this
her
man.
most precious gift.
Oh my God! To this one man.
Yes.
To this one man, and it may have been just him at the time, but for him to say that he creates a freak, he does not meet her. So you in the same breath are planting that very destructive seed in that woman that you don't want to acknowledge when she uses it to her advantage.
Hence, which leads to all the whack sex.
Come on now,
Yes,
that's
and that's what I'm
crazy.
saying. Women need to stop pretending.
Come on.
They need to stop faking orgasms and
Yes.
faking stuff. When he don't do it right, tell him to his face.
Tell him
because
You don't even guard this
Yes.
lady. Don't even
Yeah,
you
all
don't
this
even make a
chat.
move. Don't even
yeah,
make a
don't even
sound.
make a sound. Sometimes just even get you a newspaper though.
Just look.
Tired of all these people.
Just look.
I give up. Get a what?
A newspaper.
'cause she's
Jesus.
bored.
Read the news, please.
Just
Be
dismiss him.
informed.
I'm telling you.
All I'm gonna say is, it's a man's world.
Mm.
Psych.
As long as
Anyways.
I get to be a woman in it.
Okay.
Hey.
And don't let no man put no tag on you.
Oh,
Never.
Jesus. What do you mean tag?
What is it? Thank you for saying that. You said they had tags on the men's section, right? Tags?
No.
Like
what
hashtag?
No,
It was the tagline. So the subtitle for the name of the episode was "I don't meet freaks, I create them, or I make them," or something like that. I don't know. It was something like that, but it was the title of that talk because it was a very like, it was a big moment for them in that particular moment. Someone was like, I think you should name the talk this because, they were just sitting in their little embellishing in their male moment. Like,
that's why I said, when 2 weeks from now, when it's all of us here, I wonder if the energy exchange will be the same.
I don't think it's going
We'll
to be
see.
the same. Yeah.
Damn. You was fired up for a second over.
woo, because it struck up a nerve. It struck
got
up
it
a
out?
nerve. Yeah, I got it out.
What else? Like, what else stood out in that episode, though?
It was a lot about men just, not see. I had a man explain to me in his own rationale why men don't really carry sex to the same regard that women do. Because their sexual organ is external, right?
Yes.
Our sexual
true.
organ is
It's
internal,
Yes.
right? So we
That's what
feel
God
like
created
so
us.
right, exactly. So when we're opening up to you, when we're letting you in, it's a different connection. It's a different type of feeling there. It's a different type of attachment there. You know what I mean? For men, it's like that's just like this is the way he explained it to me, and I had to think about it. It's just like someone trying to stick their finger in your mouth. You know what I mean? It's like for a man, it's like the fingers, like the digits, like they're external to them. You know what I mean? It's like you can lay them anywhere, you can put them anywhere. They touch random things.
But
You
we
know
have
what I
to
mean?
trust to be able to open our mouth and receive what's
exactly.
on it. So,
But
yes.
in the same type of way,
Yes.
it's like if someone is really trying to do that,
Yeah.
how much do you trust that person to let them literally stick their finger in your mouth? You know what I mean? So it's like for you to be vulnerable in that way, and for you to be open in that way, it's like you're giving someone, like you said, that you're almost your most prized possession. Like if we're equating that to like trust, and giving something to someone, but in the same breath, it's like for a man, it might not have the
But
same
this is the
type
thing.
of
Some men just
feeling.
feel like this is the thing. Though some men just feel like every woman carries sex like an egg. To some women, no. To some women, sex is not really that. Like I feel like to some women, people overrate sex. You understand? Like to some women, sex is really not that intimate as people as how it is to some people. To some women, it's like a regular. It's like a regular thing.
Hold on. Time out.
So
I beg to differ to your point. We men, like some men, let me put it that way, we don't think that women carry sex to a high regard. No. Like we men, we do. We men, we do. We hold that, like up here, and women hold it down here.
no, listen. You guys hold it up there as in satisfaction, but us we hold, but you guys think we hold it up there as an emotional. Like
I
yeah,
do.
like, yeah.
Some women do. I'm going to say that I do.
Listen, and that's what I'm saying, that, but not every woman is so emotional about the sex thing, because
90% of women are.
okay, but look at 90, but it doesn't mean every. Because
No, I'm
some
not
men,
saying- no,
because
we're
look
not
at,
saying every.
yeah, because look at some men feel like the fact that I've slept with her means that she can't just let me go like that. She's always just going to stick around because I've had the cookie. To some women, they don't care. Yes, you
women-
slept with me. If you want to go. The next man is going to come.
Again,
I mean,
90%.
Some
Women
women
gonna come.
I feel like some women do feel like that, but I'm gonna speak for myself. I don't feel like that. You know what I mean? If I've had sex with you, it's because I feel like I can trust you. It's because I feel like I can. I just feel like you're deserving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not. I may have an emotional connection with someone. A lot of the times, like I feel like when you're comfortable enough with someone, I think it happens. You know what I mean? So even if you're not in love with someone, or even if love is it's very surface level. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it cannot happen. I just think that there's still some type of emotion there. You know what I mean? Like I just don't agree with the whole one night stand thing.
But that's just what I was talking
I
about. That
just-
not every woman carries sex on the emotional level. Some people just want to have fun.
What do you guys think about
Some people
soul
just
ties?
really want to have fun. Some people just
About
want
what?
the experience.
About
Some
soul
people just
ties?
want the experience.
What you think about soul ties in terms of just, like
I
sex,
think it's
casual sex and
I
whatnot?
think it's true. I think that you do exchange, like, I think you are intertwined with someone, in their soul whenever you do have sex with them. You know what I mean? I think that's a very
Because I feel like that's the most
thing.
intimate part of our like. What's
Yeah,
really
I
more
just think it's-
intimate about your body?
Brain?
What
No,
brain?
I
Can you
mean-
stand like this and jump into my brain?
No. But
Okay.
then once I connect with you, you know, what I mean, we're having like
The intimate-
No, you can only
thought-provoking
connect with me
conversation.
if I actually really open up my mind to want
But
to connect
then
with
I
you. You
could-
cannot connect with me if I don't even want to.
But then I could slide inside of you if you let me. I mean, I'm not gonna
Oh,
rape a woman,
sorry, but there are a
then
lot of
you
men
gonna let
sliding
me.
into women that they didn't let them slide.
That's what I'm telling you, that I'm not gonna rape you. But if you let me,
Let's talk about this rape culture, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
Lord
let's talk.
Jesus.
No. Let's we
Oh,
need to
Lord
talk about
Jesus.
it because it's a very
Yeah,
important
listen,
conversation.
okay, let's talk about it. Cool.
Look, but that's what I'm
No.
talking
But
about.
listen,
What
why
about
are you
it?
feeling uncomfortable? Why you say, oh, why are you feeling uncomfortable?
Because like that's a whole episode on its
Yeah.
own.
Then make an
True.
episode on its own.
Yes,
Lord.
make an episode on its
okay.
own on that.
Y'all going?
Because
So-
this rape is
The
a
rape
serious
culture,
issue.
specifically in the African community, that
Yes.
is supposed to.
Yes.
Listen,
Huh?
listen.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same way as we made an episode for body count, man. As a for friends, dating
Yeah.
like best
Yes.
friends and all
Yeah,
whatnot.
like that's a
We're
whole
gonna
different-
make a whole
True, I guess.
conversation for rape culture, which is it's big.
that-
Like we actually have to
It's
get
a big
have to,
thing.
yeah, it's a big thing. But before we close, I just wanted to get you guys' perspective on being celibate or not. Like, what's your take to it? We're gonna start with my Ethiopian sister over here.
Okay. So, I want to gift myself to a man that I am united with. To me, that means my husband. At this point in my life,
Right.
I have been abstinent since the early part of 2018. About a year and a half. Yes, drink on that. Cheers. Salud. Cheers. Skål. Let enachen.
Continue, please.
For a year and a half. I was fresh out of a relationship, and the blog that I wrote for the site touches a little bit about it.
It's gonna be out next Wednesday, by the way.
Yes. So it's it's several layers to it. It was for several reasons. One, I was just out of a relationship that I thought would have lasted, but I was fasting. I wanted to rid myself of any energies I no longer wanted in my body. So that meant junk I was eating. That meant junk thoughts that I was entertaining. Junk energies around me that were leeching off of me that made me feel drained. Behaviors that were we have our own shit with us. You know what I mean? We always talk about someone else's shit, but dealing with your own. I just and I wasn't finding myself. I've always been someone that was very vocal and knew what I wanted, but it's one thing to know, and it's one thing to put it into practice. Yeah. And there's one thing to put into practice, and there's one thing to expect it from the people that you're around. So I can say I'm this and I'm that, but if I'm mingling with other people who aren't on my same wavelength, like we don't mentally see eye to eye, we don't want the same things, then I'm not really going to. Just want it to be my highest self. I wanted to live at my highest frequency. We say we want to be the best version of ourselves, and then we go and get a gym membership in the new year. For me,
I never go to the gym.
For me,
Same.
it's one thing. I just was trying to protect my energy. I was caretaking for my father. God rest his soul. He passed away July of last year. So this was like the beginning of the 2018. This was the beginning of the 7th year of me taking care of my father. I was his round-the-clock nurse. So I'm already exhausted. I'm tired. At this point, when you're tired, it's like having a newborn baby and you taking care of this baby by yourself. You don't got time for nobody's bullshit. You know what I mean? And most of this stuff nowadays comes attached with a lot of bullshit.
Yes.
So I said, you know what? My best filter was going to be cutting out sex. Many men won't stick around if you're not getting them pum-pum.
But then that's when you find out like who's really there for you and who really is invested in you. You know what I mean? Like that's when you can really see like what people's intentions are. That's when you can really see like how people how they want to be present in your life. You know what I mean? It's like if they can't please you like physically, then they have to do something else. You know what I mean? They have to show up in another way. They have to prove to you that they want to be there for a specific reason, right? Yeah. They got to do that. And if they don't do that, then then that's when you can really see like how they fuck with you. Like if somebody not really fucking with you, like you definitely gonna know. That's why I say like when it comes to dating and relationships, like you just know. You don't have to question it. You know what I mean? When people are willing to kind of just like show up and be there for you and just be present without asking for anything, without wanting anything, that's when you really know how people feel about you.
And I'm going to stop you right there because we're not just talking about sex anymore with that. Okay?
Right.
So, I say it a lot, actually. I believe it. When I physically buried my father, I buried all the toxic energy that I knew of. Mm-hmm. So there's ones that we don't know of, right? Mm-hmm. So when you say knowing that people aren't there just because they want something, no one see if they really fuck with you. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't just sexual relationship, because that was one, not relationships. It just got to a point where when there was no reciprocation, when I was investing into something or someone that was not investing in me, yes, it had to go.
Right.
So that was the person I was dating at the time. That was relatives. That was yes, acquaintances. That was my favorite, because in case they watching. But a lot of them were relatives. And I'm not saying family, because family to me is the ones that are there for you through thick and thin. The ones yes, you can count on. Yes. They were relatives. They were people I was connected to through DNA and nothing else.
Right.
But guess what? I attained so much peace in that way. I fell in love with my solitude. I got to the point where I was loving on me so well that you had to either love me better or not love me at all.
Amen.
And I'm very proud to say that it makes me smile.
Right. It's a good feeling.
It does, because I know what I want. I know who I am. I know whose I am. Mm. I know what I deserve. And the thing is, we say it, but we don't do it. We don't do it. We don't take care of ourselves. Mm-hmm. We drink stuff. We eat stuff. We smoke stuff. We fuck stuff. That's not good for us. You know what I mean? So, and I was living life sober. Right. I wasn't smoking weed. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't going out. I wasn't having sex. I wasn't entertaining company that wasn't mental stimulation was a necessity for me, and so you end up finding yourself kind of lonely sometimes. But I wasn't alone. I wasn't destitute. I love my own company. I love who I see in the mirror. You understand? So, and at the same time, I was having some health issues. Mm-hmm. I found out I had fibroids. So I was healing myself from that. And I was healing myself from that because I have none now. God is good. So,
Amen.
Yeah. And it actually, I reunited with an old love, current love, and he is supporting me in this sex-free zone. But the blessing in that is kind of long distance, because I am a very human person.
Girl, sometimes that's what you need.
Yes, yes, because it might not be the same. It'd be very much more difficult face to face. Okay. But yeah, so yeah,
okay,
yeah.
How you feeling though? Because you just like I could see your whole vibe changing. What's going on?
No, I'm just processing the whole thing.
Yes, yes, it was.
So after you processed, what did you come up with?
I mean, I was just picking up her points and weighing it with mine.
So what's yours?
What is yours?
I mean, do what you want to do with your body.
Yes.
If your body tells you be celibate, be celibate. Mm-hmm. If your body tells you fuck, that? You fuck. Mm-hmm. But this is the thing. You got to know what you want, and you have to know what you're doing. Right. Don't just be out there doing nonsense. If you know what you want and you know what you're doing, that's fine. But let me talk about me now personally. I will only want to be making love with someone, or sex or love or whatever, with someone that I know that we are both attached to each other. I'm not talking about me being attached to you. Right. Or you being attached to me. I mean, we are in a consignment, like we agree. And we know that we are with each other. So, yeah, but if I feel like I'm not really connected to anybody that way, I'll just better stay. So just do what you want to do with your body. If celibacy makes you happy, be celibate.
Well, celibacy, I think, is the...
Because Because to some people, they really haven't discovered themselves, and maybe they need to pull out from all these things to take time to get to know themselves better.
Right.
Because I feel like to an extent, we really do underestimate sex to an extent. Because it's something that if you're someone who takes it serious, it affects you spiritually, mentally, and in every way you can imagine. And sometimes you need to put a hold to these things, pull back, take time to take care of your own self and get to know your own self better.
Without a dildo.
Yeah, without a dildo, yes.
Let me say this.
Please,
Can I
without
ask
no
a question?
dildos, without no
But
vibrators.
it's not
Without
just
no,
it wasn't just about sex to me though. Sex is a wonderful, beautiful act between two people who want to have that act. For me, it was about the energy I was attracting. One, I wanted to remove the negative energy that was already in me. Anyone who enters you, anything that you ingest and consume, has energy, good and bad. I wanted to rid myself of certain energy, and I wanted to attract better energy. So I was
Yes.
detoxing me,
You
mentally,
detox
physically,
all that
emotionally,
wicked
all that.
sperm.
Yes.
Thank you.
What's your take to it before we close, please?
What was the question again?
Do I ever remember?
To be celibate or
Oh,
not,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
to be
Or abstinent, because celibate, I believe, is the interest
no
of
sex
marriage.
zone or no limits. No limits being that, fuck it, you're
Oh,
fucking.
oh,
Or
okay.
no sex zone being that you're celibate. You know, I am everything that comes with that.
Let me just speak from like personal experience. Like I think, like at one point I was in a long-term relationship and I felt like, because I was in that long-term relationship, I was with this person, I was defining myself based off of, who I was with someone else being present. And so, when that thing ended, it was more like, I was trying to fill a void. No, but before that point, I was trying to fill a void. It was almost like I was looking for myself to be who I was in that same relationship with someone else. It took a couple tries, but then I realized like, that's not who you are. You need to take some time to yourself to really, kind of heal, you know what I mean? And kind of just close one chapter before you move on to the next chapter, because sometimes we take certain baggage with us into other, situations, and it kind of just creates like the wrong environment, the wrong vibe, the wrong energy, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it kind of takes you to kind of figure out who you are by yourself,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Solely for yourself, you kind of have to uplift yourself in that way. So I think sometimes like sex can confuse that, you know what I mean? Because sometimes we might be kind of equating sex with like happiness or
love.
or love, you know what I mean? Like we might be kind of combining or we might just be attaching ourselves to people, without even really like knowing it or not even really acknowledging like that's what we're doing, because I think sex is something that's very emotional. So if there's multiple people involved or if there's too many ties,
Blurred, right?
yeah, it gets really blurred. It tends, you're spreading yourself too thin, you know what I mean? So I think that it's okay to be celibate. You know what I mean? If that's your prerogative,
Yeah.
it's
That's what you
okay. To know that okay, well, if I want to take control of my body in this way, and if I feel like if I'm being safe, if I'm being smart, you know what I mean? If I can handle the consequences and the repercussions afterwards, then okay, it's up to the person. But I just think that.
I just feel like people should stop using sex to define their relationships, though.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Listen, I feel like it's like now. But anyways, hey, listen, I appreciate you guys a lot.
Ladies.
I bet. Damn, my bad. I didn't know that. Ladies.
Okay.
But anyways, I appreciate you, ladies.
Thank
You know,
you.
for coming through.
Thank you
even
for
though-
having us.
No doubt, no doubt. I hope you enjoyed yourself. A lot of people don't, make it here. You know what I mean? Like, I hate a lot of people like, oh, no, I'm too shy. But I appreciate you guys for coming through, sharing experiences. I encourage a lot of you, to come through, share experiences as well. Yeah. We're going to watch this again. The men going to watch this, and we're going to reconvene, both men and females, and we're going to talk about the same topic. So, lace up your shoes, you know what I mean? Come through with your bullets, you know what I mean? Because the guys did not, I was just, telling them some stuff, and they were like, yo, we war ready, so it's going to be war ready. But anyways, hey, listen, subscribe to our YouTube channel, SITN Podcast on YouTube. Follow us on all social platforms, SITN Podcast. Email us at podcast237@gmail.com for questions, referrals, concerns. Any topic you want us to cover here, please email us. Shout out to Reflex, our producer. Shout out to everybody in the room right now watching. Yo, this is a couch talk. Thank you, ladies, again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lula Day. Nadine. Damn, Jesus. Somebody help me. I said it right?
Yes, you did.
Nadine, there you go. Aubrey.
You just want to say it again.
You know, we are out.